Hey, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Wake Up Late with Dougie Show. I'm Dougie Almeida here on the Wake Up Late with Dougie Show, where everything that's going around the world, happening, all the horse shit, you better sleep in and deal with it and wake up late with us. Tonight's lineup, very amazing lineup, as this is a chaotic show. This will be a controversial show. This will be a fucking show. My guest today, Mr. Reverend Bob Levy.
Hey, Doug, how are you today?
What's up, brother? And Alex Elkin, all the way from the Great Northwest. We are coming from. We have a Bermuda Triangle around the country right now as we speak.
Literally a perfect shitstorm.
Yes.
Yeah.
We see how we all agreed in unison.
It's the trifecta.
That's right, guys. Well, welcome to the show. How are we all doing?
Great.
Yeah, wonderful. The electric went out all day today because of that storm that you sent here from Florida that you always get, the ISIS or whatever it was called. It shut off it was a little windy and it rained. And next thing you know, I got no electric for probably 7 hours, but I told you it would come back before 8 o'clock.
What's the storm called? Aisha or something? Or
yeah, it's named after some black child. I don't know.
Here we go. I was worried when I was going to start. All right, calm down.
Started early.
Calm down. All I know is that storm flew from Florida up the East Coast so much that I won't be surprised if people in Jersey won't be able to smell in the next 24 hours. You guys are all going to catch COVID. COVID was in that storm eye, man.
No, we already got it a long time ago. And thank God when nobody has grandparents to visit anymore here. Thank God. Between here in New York City, when Como killed everybody's grandparents, we don't have anymore. So the Tooth Fairy doesn't even come anymore.
Yeah, Santa Claus won't even show up this year. He's like, I ain't going there.
No, it's horrible.
Well, that was my one COVID joke I still tell is one good thing about COVID, no one will ever send their parents to a nursing home again. Imagine that conversation. Mom, Dad, don't you say it, Bill. Don't you say it. Don't send me to that Cuomo death trap. Now, Alex is in the Northwest. You're dealing with a whole different stream of issues.
Oh yeah. Well, there's fires and looting going on right outside here because nothing will ally white people with the black community more than breaking into a Jimmy John's and stealing a gallon of mayo.
Yeah, listen, you can't, unless you're there on the ground, you almost don't trust the news you see, right? And I'm just amazed that we keep hearing about peaceful protests, and then you see people walking around with smog masks, helmets, bats, riot gear, catchers, like a catcher's chest protector.
Oh, that's just the moms.
Yeah.
You gotta watch out for. See, the moms are scary, but it's Antifa you gotta watch out for because she don't give a shit. She don't have no kids. She'll take a flip flop off and beat your ass in the middle of the street. You go home and put that fire out.
How about that? You had the moms against the police. Like they put everybody's mom out in front so the police wouldn't like tear gas them.
Why not? Just fucking tear gas them. You know what I mean? That foul kid came out of her vagina. Take them all. Take the whole fucking family tree down.
Bob, some of those were C-sections, and I think you need to be aware of that.
Yeah, and they all have that tattoo. They all have that line vine tattoo that covers the C-section scar.
Oh, right. Well, that's their battle scar. That's
yeah. I'm gonna cover that up with a nice grapevine or like a barbed wire type thing. I don't know. But it's just crazy. Like property values. When Minnesota was the first people that announced they were going to defund the police, I posted on Facebook that you hear that noise? It's 1 million for sale signs going up in Minnesota. And of course, some people are like, "Oh, don't be an A. What do you know?" I'm like, I'm just expressing my opinion, you dopey bastard. You know what I mean? Like, give me a break.
You can't have that anymore. I made the mistake of telling a woman that we don't live in a democracy. We live in a republic, a democratic republic, representative democratic republic, and I got blocked for that.
Yeah. So how dare you use big words and expressions with me?
Yeah. Don't be speaking Spanish to me.
Yeah.
And you can't write anything on Facebook that people get upset. I only post pictures of my dog's assholes now. You know what I mean? You can't write anything. People are so offended by everybody's losing their mind because they've been in the house for fucking 5-6 months. And they can't handle it. You know what I mean? What's going on now has nothing to do with a black guy resisting arrest for 30-something minutes and then dying of a heart attack. And you know what I mean? It has nothing to do with that. Now it's just about robbing sneaker stores and getting a size 12 sneaker when you're a size 6. It makes no fucking sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, anybody want to trade? I got a size 14. Anybody got a 10? Well, listen, it's people got to do what they got to do. That's what Nancy Pelosi said.
No, they don't do what they do. They have to fucking let the court handle everything. They have enough videotape to make the decision. You know, they want no justice, no peace. Okay, there was justice. The cops got arrested. Now we go from there. There shouldn't be any looting going on. It doesn't do anything to help race relations at this point.
Yeah, it perpetuates it. It perpetuates it. Well, listen, we got our own lines of topics to discuss here. I'm going to share with you guys. Let's get into it, okay? Because obviously we got into the real thing. The big thing. You like my big hands, by the way? I'm trying to show how big my dick could be. I got my camera, everybody. It's like goalkeeper. When you catch the ball, you must use a W. When you catch the ball.
That's why in our house we only buy those little mini bananas.
By the way, news of the day was that huge explosion we were talking about before the show in Beirut.
Yeah.
It was supposedly a fireworks storage area. And let me tell you something. I don't ever recall any major fireworks displays in Lebanon or Beirut. You know what I mean? Like in New York, right? You see those. You see big fireworks displays in London by the big wheel, the eye, right? You see them in Vegas. You see them in the major cities. But I don't, right? I don't believe I've ever seen any major fireworks displays.
I think the last major fireworks that went on in Beirut wasn't in 1967.
Yes, the Beirut is really more.
Right?
I think
wasn't that?
Yeah,
around there.
Yeah, we had some lady fingers and some black cat firecrackers in that storage tank that actually caught a blaze and boom.
You know, I have always warned my children about the dangers of those little flowers. You know, they may look like they're pretty innocent just zipping around on the ground there, but you get them up in the air and 6 miles radius, boom, death.
But that was the best fireworks show ever. I mean, to make a mud cloud that big, that was amazing to see a mushroom cloud like that.
You can't. Did you say mud pile? You have to have water first.
No, a mushroom cloud.
Oh, mushroom cloud. I thought I heard mud pile.
That's me too.
Of course, you need water to grow mushrooms too. I think we just had. Yeah, I think there was a little bit more there than some black cats and.
Yeah. It was amazing to me. It was almost like you saw the cloud looked like the beginning of a mushroom, like the expansion of the explosion. And and anybody hasn't seen this yet, get on it. Well, do it after the show. But you got to see this explosion. And if anything, when you heard that explosion, you heard a lot of people go, "Oh shit!" Like this wasn't an accident. Are we gonna? Is this an accident?
No. This was not an accident. This was they had something in there, you know what I mean? They had bombs in there, and that's what happened, Somebody knew that they had it in there, and they went after it. And shit happens, and sometimes you get blown up 6 miles away, too bad, that's what happens when you're a fucking scumbag country, So
well,
if you want, I can share the video. I got it up here. I know the producer's having trouble with his hard drive, and I know that's frustrating. But if you want to watch it, we can watch it.
You can really? Can you do it?
Yeah. Well, if you let me share my screen, yeah.
Yeah.
Man, let me put my glasses on for this.
Hold on. Guess you could do that unless you don't send us all unless we all end up blowing up.
Doubt it with this day, the way it's been.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, let's see this. I mean, it's amazing. It looks like me after a late night at Taco Bell.
It looks like a shadow of me getting out of the shower with a heart on the wall.
Here we go.
All right, a little cloud there, yeah.
Yeah, so that's the beginning. Let's get this down a bit.
Yeah,
that
That's
the
not.
Venetian? Is that the Venetian right there?
There we go. All right, ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kapowie!
Oh shit.
Wow.
No school tomorrow, kids.
And this is right on their. Oh shit! It's
Dude.
right in their main harbor.
But it took the Corona thing out of the papers and the news.
Yeah, it burned the shit out of the Corona in that area. That's one good thing.
Blew it up. Well, that is a mushroom cloud.
Yes. It is.
Tell me
It
that's not a
definitely is.
mushroom cloud.
That is a pretty big bomb that they set off in there.
Yeah, and you know what?
Wow.
Again, if you want, not that I'm like FBI guy or bomb specialist, but the explosion comes from the ground, so whatever exploded was there. And unless there's video of some missile flying in, whatever was blown up was there. The explosion came from the ground. So
Yeah, I think it was definitely it was inside that building, masked as a fireworks place too, because you've seen the fireworks going off in another video. You could see that, but
Right.
in that building, I think there was something really big that went off, and it wasn't like shut down or whatever.
So, Bob, what you're saying is what perhaps they may have been doing right there in Beirut was hiding amongst the fireworks other
Mhm.
explosives, much like when I travel, when I put nice rolled doobies amongst my my Q-tips, right? And
Yeah.
it's like you hopefully if somebody sees it, they think, oh, that's just a Q-tip. Oh,
Well,
that's
most likely a woman probably lowered her burqa a little bit to get some fresh air. Somebody just got upset about it,
Threw
and
his daughter.
bam!
That's when one of the guys find out that his new wife is
What
already
the-
12.
Yeah, right. Yeah. What you are? I don't. Oh,
You show your face. Somebody give me a lighter.
I can see up your nose hairs.
Ah.
Kapowie!
All of a sudden, everybody sounds like Sinbad, not the comedian, the actual world traveler, Sinbad the Seven. Well, the first book I think I ever read was Sinbad and the Seven Voyages.
I still didn't get to that part of my life. The first book.
reading,
That's the
reading,
first book I masturbated to.
I masturbated to that video just now.
There's a mushroom cloud.
That's a great video to masturbate to if you suffer from PE. Just get over real quick.
That's porn real now.
Well, I think in the coming days it's going to be interesting what happens, but there's more to this story than meets the eye. One of the
Yeah. Oh, I just wanted to say, in seriousness, though, I feel for the families that have lost people. I mean, there's innocent folks out there that just want to live their lives too, and boom, that's a bummer.
that's the tragic. That is the amazingly tragic thing about it. A lot of people that are just spending their day, doing what they think, not knowing what the country's doing, not knowing what the government. You know what I mean? They don't know. And people say that. Why don't people that are ethnocentric folks never leave this country? They don't understand what it's like in certain parts of the world, and they'll sit
It's
there.
very true.
And these people have no idea, and all they get is the shit they get on their radio, their TV. That's all they know.
I'd honestly like to see the stamps on the passport of the people that tell me that this country's shit, because
Yeah.
I've been to a lot of countries that are not this country. No, there's some shit out there.
I know what you're talking about because I watch 90 Day Fiance the other way, and I see these other countries, and they're not that nice. So I know that we have it good here. So people be happy to live in this great country. And, just watch 90 Day Fiance the other way, and you'll see what I mean.
Yeah, and no, everybody complains here. You're not suppressed. You're not. You know what I mean? Live your fucking life. It's amazing. Speaking of bombs, one of the topics I was going to talk about today recently happened. The Boston bomber, who was they decided not to give this kid the death penalty, or they took away the death penalty because supposedly during the voudoir when they were getting the jurors, they didn't really work not as upfront about knowing more about the case than they did. And I don't think I knew anybody that didn't know about this maybe around the world, the Boston bombing.
No.
The only positive thing about the Boston bombing was what's his name, Big Poppy, going, "This is our fucking city."
Yeah, but then listen, to let him off. I mean, they were willing to execute in Boston, Bill Buckner in 1986. Okay. And, you know, that fucker couldn't even come to the fucking game. He wouldn't even show up. He wouldn't even go outside. And this little fucker's giving people the finger from his jail cell. You know what I mean? You gotta blow up and kill these people. Do whatever the fuck you do. Kill these motherfuckers for the families that got killed, the innocent people. You know what I mean? You cannot have people doing this shit all around the world. Truthfully, anybody that does that should be taken out. You know, fed to dogs and shit out in a fucking lawn.
Well, thank you. Thank you for beating me to the punch, by the way, because that was my question. And Alex, you can jump in on this. But since that's happened, what alternative would you suggest if he can't be killed, you know, through death penalty? What would be a suitable punishment, Alex?
Oh, well, I mean, if he's in Boston, you know, I would say having to listen to one of them chicks talk while he's fucking them is something there. You know, just banging, maybe her name's Barbara. And her vagina tastes like a cardboard box, and you know, they just that would probably be a horrible punishment there.
So and also I would make them eat at Wahlburgers every day, and they can hang out with the brother who has the real talent, the one that looks like a slug. You know what I mean? The ugly motherfucker that looks like he wasn't in the vagina for 9 months. He came out like 6.5 months. He was all white, slug looking. You know, doesn't look like brothers.
Steve Buscemi?
It was basically he looks like him. The one brother, Paul.
We should send it. You know what? We should send him off to internship at a Beirut firecracker factory.
Yeah, learn how to roll firecrackers. That's the brother you mean that runs the actual chef that runs the hamburger joints.
Yes.
Yeah. That poor guy.
I want an ugly guy making my burger. I don't want him focusing on anything else. I don't want him bothering to comb his hair or be looking at girls. Make that burger delicious. And you need an ugly man for that.
I want my cook to be the fattest person in there.
Damn right.
That's when you go to a good restaurant. When the cook, he has to wave from the kitchen because he can't squeeze it out anymore.
Yeah, they built the restaurant around him. Don't trust the skinny chef.
Yeah, that's the old saying. There is an old saying, don't trust a skinny chef. And there's 3 people that you want to have gray hair: your pilot, your surgeon, and what the hell is the last one? Oh, and your money manager. Yeah. So okay. So Alex says one of the penalties should be to have to spend multiple nights with a Boston woman and listen to her talk while he's banging her. And Bob, you just said that he should what?
Eat at Wahlburgers every day and night for the rest of his life and hang out with Paulie, the squid-looking bastard.
Okay. Speaking of that, I did watch a Wahlberg movie, Boogie Nights, right?
Oh, Dirk Diggler. And, you know, I remember when I first saw the movie, I thought it was, you know, interesting. It was like I think the director, you know, the way they filmed it and the cuts to the scenes, I think all that stuff was really well done. But the more you watch Mark Wahlberg act, you're like, you know, what the fuck? This guy's horrible. You know, Family Guy kind of nailed him, didn't they? He just sort of stands around in every movie going, what's going on? What's happening? What are you doing?
We've been fishing these waters for years.
There you go. Trump bans TikTok. Maybe trying to get Microsoft to buy it. How do you guys feel about China?
I don't trust China. I think that they're sneaky. I don't trust anyone that can look at the sun without squinting. And I just think that their government is fucking corrupt, and they owe us fucking money. They should pay us the $600 a week extra that we just got cut off. We are fucked. It's not because of us. It's because of them that we're going through this. It's not because we took too long to get. Look, everybody's fucked all around. You're going to see. You know what I mean? There's dead. Look, there's marlins all over the beach. What if 14 of them got the fucking disease? They must be dead by now. Doug, you had the disease. How come you're not dead?
Yeah, I actually gained weight on COVID.
Exactly.
You gained the COVID-19.
That happened. You know what I mean? Everybody's terrified to wear a mask. You know what I mean? You had it. You're at a buffet. You know what I mean? You don't give a fuck. It didn't bother you, right?
Now, I lost my sense of smell, but I was fortunate. I didn't, either combination of things. You're healthy, you've got a good immune system. You're healthy, and B, maybe the strain wasn't that bad. A doctor I work with actually said, the virus, even though it's very highly communicable, the virus as it spreads from hosts almost is like a bag of cocaine from the first dealer on. It loses its potency the more and more it actually goes to new hosts. Um, interesting. Trump came out and said something about having the buyer pay the treasury. Basically how the American government's like the middleman on the whole deal, which is what the fuck's going on with that?
I think the whole thing is fake news. It's completely fake news. They took my words out of context. I have no problem with Tic Tacs. I think they're delicious. They're the single calorie mint. They're great for meetings. They're good for breaking the ice. Not as good as icebreakers. They're good friends of mine. They're terrific. The best. If you're going to break the ice, icebreakers are the way to go. Tic Tacs, fine. I don't have a problem with it. China, suck balls.
Yeah.
There you go, buddy. Well done. Well done. It's not, the country is building a military base island to control the South. And then recently, the other thing was these Chinese fishermen off the coast of the Galapagos Islands, off the coast of Peru, into their waters, stealing their fish,
Wait, the Chinese are fishing now?
Oh, yeah. Well, they, over by the Galapagos Islands, great fit. I mean, so they're going to pick on Peru. They're not going to be, they're not going to sit there and be, going on the coast of California. They're actually going into the seas right off the coast of South America. And, the Peruvians are like, hey, coño, man, ¿qué pasa contigo, chino? And then, the Estados Unidos tenemos que ayudar a nosotros. And anyway, who knows what's happening, but very questionable. But, this is the first time in history that they've been put up against the fence. They've been called out. And some people worry about that. Other people don't. I am not on TikTok. Are you guys on TikTok?
No.
I'm not a 14-year-old girl. It was weird. I was really kind of creeped out because I saw a bunch of 16-year-old chicks twerking, shaking their ass on my feed. And I'm like, wait a minute. I thought TikTok was banned. And I realized, I just forgot to unfollow Bill Clinton.
Yeah. Well, Bob?
Yeah, I would never get a TikTok, you know what I mean? Or whatever the fuck it is. I mean, look, what do you got to say in like 10 seconds, 15 seconds? You know what I mean? It's stupid. It's just fucking, everybody wants to be a fucking star. You're not a fucking star. You're a little whore. Go fuck yourself. I can't deal with it.
Right. You take your clothes off. You know what I've got to say to all the TikTok people? Clean your fucking bathrooms. Okay. We can see that shit behind you. It's gross. And your child licking your ass crack because he thinks it's funny because he saw yo baby daddy this week do it. Fuck you. Go to DeVry, get yourself a degree and take care of that fucking child.
Yes. Become a hairdresser like the rest of the whores.
You know why, bitch? Because them looks ain't gonna last long. TikTok, bitch, TikTok.
Well, a lot of people are, saying, hey, we got millions of views, but from what I understand, those views are not really all they're cracked up to be. It's a lot of fake views.
Fake views. They're fake views.
Yeah, Donald, they're fake. Donald's coming out and say that.
It's kind of like those guys that did that Utah comedy thing. What is it? Where all the clean comics go.
Dry Bar.
Backdoor, or what's it called?
Dry Bar.
Dry Bar. Yeah, dry hump. Because you target that market, and I don't know. I forget where I was going with that.
All I know is I don't have 30 minutes to do in front of Mormons, so I'd like to work on that. By the way, Bob,
yeah, I like people to know that comedy's funny too. You know what I mean? It's like fucking goddamn it. People see too much shit and they realize I'm not going to a club. They don't realize what's good.
Yeah,
they think it all sucks.
I will say this in defense: some people have got some business and made some money out of that.
Well, I'm sorry. That was the point I was going to make. Is a lot of those numbers on the TikTok views are bumped up because if you scroll by that video, that's considered a view. Well, it's not like somebody clicking on it and going, "Oh, I'm going to sit here and watch this or subscribe or anything." It's not that they don't have that, but a lot of them are pumped up, and not to negate a lot of comics that have gotten a lot of good work out of it, but.
Well, either way,
Nah.
I'm not going to get on TikTok. I can't say this, but I am a stockholder in Microsoft, so it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Mhm.
Speaking of comedians being thrown under the bus, Brian Callen has now faced the Me Too movement. I've got to work with Brian a couple times. I always nice, never tried to rape me. I'll say that. And nice guy, always been nice.
You're missing
Uh,
out.
yeah.
Mo-
Uh,
rapists are nice to you when
yeah. I posted that on Facebook the other day. I said when evil shows up at your door, it's not coming with horns on its head and pitchfork in its hand. It's coming in a much more pleasing manner. And in other words, uh, you know, listen, we're starting to see names drop from the list from that lady's list, Maxwell Ghislaine, whatever. We're starting to see names pop up. People are talking about Bill Clinton all over the place, but the media is not talking about Bill Clinton. They're not talking about the orgies. They're not talking about the underage women with Bill Clinton. Nobody. No. Let's talk about the tax returns in the New York district courts and supposed fraud that we're going to try to find and dig up on somebody, even though we don't know yet. We don't have anything to accuse you of, but we're trying to find you. We want to look at all your shit just so we can hopefully find something.
it's so wonderful the way it is. It's like you don't get the news, the whole news. You get a portion of the news, what they want to show you.
Right.
You're absolutely right. Did you read the story about the woman who just quit MSNBC maybe a week ago?
Yeah.
Who came out and said, this is absolutely just it's a well, I'm paraphrasing, but they're bullied into having this view, this idea of what constitute news, and it all follows ratings, and it all follows what gets them the money. It's not about what real journalism is and getting real stories out to people.
Yeah, she stepped down from MSNBC because she had said that it's a toxic environment. You cannot. They push you to push a narrative. They don't want to hear any stories about the other side. It's all one way. And it was at the New York Times or somebody resigned a couple weeks ago from a major New York Times or New York Post. So,
It might have been the Washington Post, was it too?
yeah, I know it was. I knew it was basically a liberal. I don't think it was a Washington Post because that's very low. But I think it was a New York Post and a New York Times where she basically said, this is nonsense, but for the same reason. So we're starting to see this trend of stuff, and you're also seeing a lot of people on Facebook basically making the comments. They're posting stuff like, you probably won't have the balls to share this. You won't share this story. Like right here in Windermere, Florida, which is up near Orlando, there was a black man, right? Just happens to be a man. He's a black man. He's whatever reason he went into some gated community and he wanted to steal a car. He wanted to rob a car. And then what he ends up doing is he ends up killing a family with a baseball bat, kills the husband, puts the wife in critical condition, then beats a 12-year or 10-year-old boy to death with the bat while his younger brother was hiding in the bathroom through it all because
But
he wanted
the fact is, he wouldn't have had to do that if he wasn't held back from going to a good school. You know what I mean? Because he was black. He would have never done that. Okay. If he had the white privilege like me and you, and he would have been fine. He wouldn't have had to go and fucking give those kids and the parents Lou Gehrig's disease.
I don't know what kind of bat he was using, but yeah, that's a good point. Listen, there's always reasons. Like everybody, there's a million reasons to do fucked up things. There's only one good reason to do the right thing, and that's what differentiates society. And if you want to win, if you want the best things in life, if you want less hostility, if you want a lot of that, you really have to continue to take the high road. You have to do that. We're in a day and age where people are going to go crazy. Everybody's been cooped up. Everybody's been locked up. Everybody's scared. Everybody's nervous and shit. That's the one thing, at least over in the Northwest where you're at least people get to go out and fucking riot, and get it off their chest. I wouldn't mind going out there. Listen, here's the one thing with the police. Can we get the water cannons? Where are the water cannons?
No.
Watch every other country in the world with these protesters, the fucking water cannon. That's it. It's over. It's like cleaning out the toilet bowl. There is no. What do you? Oh, I got hit with water. No, you got hit with a water cannon, dude. You got blown into. I don't care if you had a nice little. This is my shield. Look at my shield. Look at. I got a gas mask. Look, I got a stick. Look, I got fucking water cannons. Okay, American Department of Homeland Security, feds, water cannons.
Or get the fire department to fucking show up in every town and just spray them down.
Yeah. I want a water cannon, Bob. I don't want.
I
I'm
know.
not playing. I want a water cannon.
They look pretty cool.
Yeah. Any of you guys get seeds from China? See, that was
All the
interesting.
time. It's the only seeds I get.
Yeah, I grew one and a fucking egg roll bush grew. I planted some of the seeds I got. I ended up getting some fucking egg rolls and some soy sauce.
Yeah, I would get the seeds, but the plants don't grow big at all.
Yeah. They don't go.
See, the seeds from China that I planted just sprouted communism.
Yeah. All these red stars kept popping up in my fucking garden.
Yeah. It was weird. I had to do all the work with everybody else at the garden, but I never got to eat any of the food.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like, yeah. And, I planted the seeds and all the female seeds died and all the male seeds just kept getting bigger and bigger.
We were only allowed to have one female seed per family.
Well, that's what happened. The minute you grew a female flower, right, then the gardener came over and stripped that shit out of the ground and said, we need a boy.
Oh, yeah, they drop them in a burlap sack and throw them in the river.
Yes.
They're like cats over there.
Oh, they love them.
Yeah.
All right. So we ragged on China for a bit. The other thing, big story, with this whole pedophile ring. And I really hope, listen, I've been reading more and more of these stories of these satanic, the drinking of blood, right? Alex, I know that you've heard some of these conspiracy theories that some of these crazy elites, they're drinking blood they're drinking blood of children. Mel Gibson, I read some backstory from an interview he did on TV in Australia or in England, where he came out and he said, no, there's people that they're crazy. They'll actually, they'll drink the blood of babies and they think it's an empowering thing. And it's amazing. I mean, you think that exists in our society? You think there's that satanic cult of these people that sold their soul?
Dude, if you can speak it, then you can think of it. And if you can think of it, then that means it's already been done.
Yeah.
A wise guy once said a long time ago, there's nothing new under the sun. And I don't think there's anything that we can think of that hasn't either been done before or is being practiced right now. I was lucky enough to go entertain our troops in Iraq as a comedian. And I looked, and where I was, just in the little place where I was, I saw slavery in action. I mean, right there, right in front of my face, slavery. And, you talk to these homegrown hippies that are, 20 years old and fresh out of college. They know everything. They still live in their mom's basement. And they got plenty of time to go out there and, burn down black owned businesses for freedom and tell us what a shit country we live in. But they've never seen these other places where real poverty exists, where you look at a Honduran family that are living in a shack that's made out of 7-Up crates.
Yeah.
These are things I've seen, this is people's real lives. You don't see that shit in America unless it's usually by choice or by drugs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My wife being Cambodian, she grew up in the killing fields. She was in a refugee camp in Thailand. The Khmer Army would come to her area and take all the young boys and the girls, to whatever. So she would send my wife at the time. We weren't married. I'm no Jeffrey Epstein. We weren't married yet, but she sent her to the grandma's house to avoid the Khmer Rouge from coming in and taking the kids. And, when people in this country, things are so horrible. My life is I have no choice. I have no chance. I'm just being completely held down. You don't know what that is. You don't even know what that is. You have no idea what that is. The sub pain and then what the ridiculous thing is, there are people that have been through shit that watch this and go, what are you fucking kidding me? And you're right, Alex, when you watch these videos of these people that are doing all the things they're doing, they've never done anything in their life. They've never, it's almost like the comics. How many times have you heard comics complain about, let's say, either a comedy club or a booker, or, they're doing all this complaining and stuff about you should run your club, like you should do this with your club. But they've never fucking owned a club. They've never had a payroll. They never put a lease down on a piece of property. They've never had, you know what I mean? They don't know what it's like, all the shit you got to do to get things done, to then complain about it.
No, you're absolutely right. It's this kind of Bernie Sanders mentality. It's this idea that everything should be taken care of. And I've never signed the front of a check, so I don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm going to tell you how to run your business.
Yeah.
And it's embarrassing. It's really embarrassing because you really just want to tell them, shut up for 10 years because you don't know what you're talking about. You haven't taken the risk. You want $15 an hour for minimum skills when I could hire literally, a Down syndrome person to push buttons and make this kind of thing happen when I've put down the money for the insurance and the capital and the franchise and the building and the employment and all the other things that go with owning a business that you have nothing to do with other than coming in, putting on the name tag and maybe smiling once in a while. That would be nice. Taking the order, doing your job for a few hours and then going home as per our agreement.
Right.
But you want a cut of my profits when you've done none of the legwork and you don't risk anything if this thing goes under. You could take your name tag and your shirt and go move to the next one and get another job. Meanwhile, my whole career, everything I've put into this is floundering.
Yeah, no, and that very painful to see a lot of businesses get burned and all the kind of stuff going on through all that.
I paid $24 for a scoop of ice cream each for my wife and I in Seattle. $24 for one scoop of ice cream each because they were giving fair wages to their employees.
Was it good? I mean,
it was all right. It was pretty good ice cream.
I mean,
if I spent, good for
I don't know if it was $12 ice cream though, bro. I mean,
now wait a minute. Hold on a second. $12 for a scoop. What's your ice cream? What if you got only one choice, one scoop, what'd you get?
My wife got cookie dough. I got some sort of like buttercream pecan praline thing.
Yeah. Well, no wonder it cost.
And it was all house made, and I appreciate that. But you're not allowed to tip the workers because they make a fair wage, and they're paying them $15 an hour. But boy, you're paying for that ice cream. Because I remember, when I was growing up, you go down to Thrifty, you get yourself a 25-cent scoop. If you wanted another one, it's 15 cents.
Well, holy shit! I gotta go. We got a place down here in South Florida called Cherry Smash. It's down the street, and they got the amazing home. The make there, and it's just delicious. It's like old style, old fashioned type place with the, and chocolate peanut butter ice cream, and chocolate double fudge peanut butter ice cream.
Yeah,
I mean,
and Cherry Smash is also my favorite pornography.
Yeah, what's that genre? What is that? I'm trying to picture what that would mean. I guess I have my own thought of what cherry smashing means.
We got this place down by me for ice cream. It's called Dairy Queen. It's like $2 for a gallon, but if you close your eyes, you'll think it tastes like $15 ice cream.
I go there for the great ice cream, but I come back for the shitty service.
Yeah, and the shitty hamburger.
Bob introduced me to Wawa's. You don't have Wawa's on the West Coast?
Not here, but I've been to a Wawa's out there. They got everything. They'll make you a badass sandwich.
They are fucking amazing. I would fucking move upstairs from a place like that. I love it. It's got everything you need, Though that and the Heritage Store, they just redid it here. Oh my fucking Lord. You walk in, you get cold cuts, you know what I mean? The bread is fucking made every day. You can't get Italian bread here because it's South Jersey, so you're fucked. You get this mediocre kind of little rolls and shit.
Yeah.
What I don't understand is the big to-do over Whataburger. I've tried that bullshit. Are you kidding me? Tastes like what we used to get in high school.
Yeah, I'm a Whopper guy. I think Burger King has the best burger. They're fucking Whopper, and Wendy's is good too. But thank God they don't have that. Remember they had his real daughter on the commercials after he died, and she was like 320 pounds.
Oh yeah.
She was all red, looked like fucking she was burned from the sun. And like, how does that sell food? And they took her off right away. You have to go.
Stop helping.
By the way, speaking of Wendy's, they have the 5 for $5 right now, or 2 for $5. So you can get like 10 chicken nuggets, spicy, and get a chicken spicy chicken sandwich. You can get a spicy chicken sandwich and a single $5. 2 for $5.
Yeah. They're going to want their advertising money back with the way you flubbed up that fucking promo, buddy.
Well, but I don't give a shit. Listen, they pissed me off. I used to always go to Wendy's and get the Go Wraps for like $1.50. They had like a half piece of chicken in there in like a pita bread thing with some lettuce and some, so it felt like I was eating healthy. And, so I got 2 of them though.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
I mean, you can't eat one.
That's why they invented fish sticks. Fat guys think they're health food.
Yeah.
I only ate 14 boxes of fish sticks today, Mom. Yeah, we have Wawas are all over the place now in South Florida. They just went crazy. I remember when the first one opened, like, we got to go. We're going to drive 15, 20 minutes to Wawa's. Now there's one on every fucking corner.
It's a gas station.
No, not all of them. Only
No,
only,
are they standalone restaurant places too?
no,
only
it's just-
only Wawas I've ever seen were in gas stations.
no, like the ones. There's one that's a gas station, like near the turnpike here, but a lot of them are just standing there without the gas station, which is nice, you know, because you don't want to hang out with gas station people when you're ordering food, you know.
Yeah, it's a nice mix. It's interesting when you see a gas station person walking next to a sandwich person.
Yeah.
Right. It's a different vibe. You know what
It
I mean?
would, it would be totally different out here for us because we're not allowed to pump our own gas. So we'd have fuckers out there just handling fuel, and then, oh, did you want extra mayo?
Well, that's what's interesting between you both. You both live in states where you can't pump your own fuel.
I don't want to pump my own gas. I look, that's for people that didn't go to school and didn't get anything better. That's their job. You understand? They're supposed to stand in the rain, in the snow, in the cold. You know what I mean? You know what I do? They come over. I go, give me $20 regular, and then I don't hit the button to open up the gas tank. And then they go for it and they can't get it and it's freezing out. Then they come to it. Oh, it's locked. Which button is it? You know what I mean? You should have stayed in school.
That's what it is. Listen, in my life, that's what's always caused me to want to be better. Like when I had a job I hated, I gotta, I mean, I used to watch my father. My dad was an auto mechanic. I used to watch him come home tired, beaten up, sore, exhausted, dirty hands, and I said, I never want to do that shit. I never, I want to do less and get paid more to do it.
I would always think that, if my dad was a mechanic and he came home with all that oil on it, I go, I bet you he never fingers my mom.
Mom, why do you always wear pants around the house, Mom?
Why do we have to have newspapers on all of our seats? How come we have kitty litter in the house, but we don't have on the cat?
Well, you guys brought it up. Did you guys ever catch your parents making love?
Fuck no.
No?
Yeah, I never
My
did.
parents hated each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's safe. You ever see your mom naked?
No, just my dad, I think.
Yeah.
Nah.
How did he handle? Like, I think I caught my mom one time. I walked in the room and she was just out of the shower, so I saw boobs or something like that. Man, one time. Yeah.
Did you say nice tits, Ma?
Yes.
Well, she's Italian. They were probably primo, right?
Well, see, there you go. You're stereotyping. I am not Italian.
What the fuck have we been doing this whole show, Dougie?
All right, wait. I don't want to break trend. Hold on. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, no. I said, nice cans, Mom. And can I borrow the car? My wife told me that my stepdaughter saw me naked once.
That's why she moved out.
Yeah, she was scared. I mean, was I impressive? Or I mean, was it one of those moments where I had to stretch and pull?
She thought she was in front of Bob's big boy.
She's like, oh, Mom, I know why you married him.
He's transitioned now, though.
All right, well, here is the word of the day, because every day we like to come up with a word here on the Wake Up Late with Dougie show. I'll say the word, and if you guys know it, if you read the outline I sent you, you'll let me know. But pot velour.
What?
Pot velour.
Pot velour?
Canadians.
Yeah, pot velour.
Oh, pot velour. Oh, yeah. That's the spray finish they put on bad pot to make it look good. It's a velour over pot.
Okay, so Alex's guess is that it's a varnish in a sense for bad weed. Weed with seeds.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe you can't smoke it, but you can huff it.
Yeah. You could put it in a fire and just breathe over it. Bob, I'm asking Bob what that word is. He's still trying to read his own name.
Yeah. To me, it sounds like a goalie from the Montreal Canadiens.
Slapstick save with pot velour. Glove save by pot velour.
Oh, and Pot Valor is out of the game.
He slipped on a weed tarnished on the ice.
He can't seem to decide where he's going to stand. He needs to the shit or get off the Pot Valor.
Pot Valor, the definition is boldness or courage resulting from alcoholic drinks.
Oh. Or the precursor to the Me Too movement.
Yes. And that's why I brought up Brian Callen, because he had some Pot Valor to ask the ladies. That's what it takes. I mean, you remember when you were single? Did you do you drink, Alex? Do you consume any, spirits?
Yeah. I mean, I've been known to imbibe.
Are you a beer, a wine, a alcohol?
On the regular, it's more of a beer, but every once in a while, you catch me with a good shot of Jameson.
Nice.
Might be a beer in my hand once in a while.
Yeah. Well, I'm drinking a Beck's myself right now. Bob is Bob. I don't ever seen you drink.
Well, I stopped for 10 years. My doctor gave me Xanax, so I was on 3 bars a day, so I didn't really need to fucking drink anymore. But no, now I'll have a few beers, like a shot of tequila. I'll have some wine if I want. You know what I mean? I'm in control of my addiction, not my addiction being in charge of me.
There you go. Well,
it's a disease. You need to learn that it's a disease and it's not your fault.
Well, everybody, that is the word of the day, Pot Valor. So when your buddy finally has the balls to go walk up to that girl at the bar after having a few drinks, you said, "Boy, the Pot Valor is kicking in."
Take another shot of courage.
Were you a ladies' man? I know Bob was a ladies' man. He's still a ladies' man. Before you were married, Alex, were you a ladies' man?
No, I was a man. No, not really. I mean, I had my share, but my wife's in the other room, so I can't. I don't know. She was my only.
Yeah, so I'm not.
Wait, my wife's in the other room too. Yeah, I got a lot of pussy all the time. I smelled like a fucking open tuna can.
Jesus. That sounds great.
Were you ever like watching a show, like a game show or something, and a question comes up and somebody answers, and it's usually something bad, and then your girl or wife looks at you and you're like, "You don't do that, do you?" Like we were watching the Family Feud, and like name something the question was name something your new girlfriend would get mad that they found of your old girlfriend, and like videos, and of course my wife looks at me. She reminds me of the 8mm I had of the home porn I did with my ex-girlfriend that she stumbled upon.
Oh, is that where your stepdaughter saw you naked?
She was watching the video, and my wife made me watch the whole thing. Where did you get?
Finish your plate.
Where did you get these 2 girls from? Jeffrey Epstein was interesting. Well, you know what, guys? This is the part of the show where you guys go into a little bit of competition. Don't know if you read the outline, but this is it's time for what we call Joke Right. And I'll probably put some in there. But Joke Right here, guys. This is where comics compete for the top prize of an array of truly worthless shit. But more importantly, to say they've won something. Okay? All guests will be challenged by making a joke, a simple joke, it could be anything, based on the stories that we're about to share with you from today's headlines. And today's winner will get a weekend retreat at Brian Callen's home.
Yes.
And of course, also, oh, you know what? There's no way. I can't. I got to find out from you guys, because I thought about young girls and I realized there's something we didn't go over. And I know, Alex, you're going to be happy I'm going to bring this up. Tom Hanks becomes a Greek citizen. Is he running for extradition? Is he trying to get away so he can't be
deported,
extradited back to the United States once the case comes out that he is a pedophile?
Yes.
You think so, Bob?
I think Wilson jumped off that fucking raft to get away from that fucking pervert.
Are you talking about Rita?
I don't know. No, well, her too, right? Supposedly, but they both. But he's on the manifesto from flying the plane. He supposedly was on the island many times.
Where do you got this list? You have a list of this? Send this to me. I'd like to know who's on it.
It was released. I mean, they had Bill Clinton on it. They had there's a lot of people on that list. I mean, now I'm trying to remember everything, and I can't remember anybody.
Prominent fucking people.
A lot of prominent people. Alan Dershowitz, right?
Dershowitz.
Bill Clinton was on there. The guy John Legend, the singer, and his wife Chrissy Teigen, who's useless.
Oh, okay. Wow.
She was on there.
I read Matt Groening was on there.
Is that the guy?
Simpsons?
What's his name? Who lost to Bush in the first election of Bush?
Dukakis?
No, fucking Dukakis. I keep picturing driving up in a tank. Remember that?
I think I still have this. I think I still have the button.
That was hilarious. No, the guy who with the global warming and stuff.
Oh, Al Gore.
Al Gore was on the plane.
Wow.
Well,
yeah. So
I was carpooling for the
I was wondering how you guys felt about Tom Hanks.
I don't know, man. I still go back. I remember him from Bosom Buddies.
Yeah.
But there's something that happens when you get that deep into the industry. There's something strange, and so maybe you do drink the blood, maybe you do make the sacrifice, or maybe they got the pictures and the numbers on you. But the thing that I didn't understand is I looked up some extradition laws with Greece, and it's not like they're you can't extradite.
Right.
It's fully legal to do that. So I don't know. I would chalk it up to they just got so mad about Trump that they stuck to their word and said, we're leaving.
Good. I wish the rest of those people would do the same. Yeah, I think you're right. I think I don't remember that. It's not like you're going to Ecuador or one of these countries, right, where you can't be pulled out.
Right.
Like what's his name? Did LaShawn? What's his name? WikiLeaks guy.
And I think his new name will be good. Tom Hanks Apocalypse.
Yeah, I definitely think that when you are that famous and people kiss your ass so much, you really start to think you're untouchable, that you can do anything, even if it's illegal, like with underage, like underage girls. And I just think that they do it only for that reason, that they have that power, that they think they can get away with everything.
Yeah.
It's just really crazy the way fucking shit happens. It's like you would think that they would know, when you have everything going for you, you'd say, why would I do something like that?
But it never works like that. Like I relate it to like income. Like I remember the first time I started really making money, because my family didn't have money. So when I started having money, you think, oh, this is great. And then the longer you do that, you realize the old story. The more money you have, the more problems you have, the more challenges you have. Mm-hmm. But there's that theory, there's that philosophy, that theory of Pandora's box. In other words, if you're able to open Pandora's box, the problem is once you actually take in all the pleasures of life, what do you do tomorrow? How can you live? It's almost, I talk about, it's the bit I wrote and stuff when I had threesomes with my ex-girlfriend before my wife was bi. So for a year and a half, we had 2 women, 3 women. I couldn't even get hard when I was with my wife, or at the time, any one woman after. When you have 3 women, what I'm saying? You get spoiled. You get all. So what do you do next? Where do you go from there? And that's what that could bring in that kind of thing. And you mentioned that about getting away with it. I don't know if you watched the documentary on Netflix with Jeffrey Epstein.
Yes.
You saw it?
Yes.
It was the old massage game. I mean, who didn't? What guy, high school guy, didn't try to get laid by doing a massage? I mean, it's like you get a girl hanging out, hey, I was hanging out, I'll just massage you, but I was the one massaging. I was like, hey, I'm gonna lay on this table, you massage me.
Yeah, see, I was the sunscreen guy at the beach. Let me put that, I just run around. Let me put that in your back. Yeah, you're gonna burn.
Oh, really? I was always I only have 50. I can't pay any more than that. No, 60 for massage.
That's awesome. All right, guys, it is time for Joke Right, by the way. All right, so here's the stories, gentlemen. I don't know if you had a chance to review them or not, but here we go.
A joke in my life.
Yeah, well, it's very interesting. Vermont
Hey, my
farmer.
electricity's going out again. Holy shit. No, God. Oh, no.
Cocksucker. All right,
Did I
so here's our first story. Music. Vermont farmer returns prosthetic leg that skydiver lost during jump. You guys want to think? You want me to read the story a little further?
Say that again. Yeah, say it again.
The headline is Vermont farmer returns prosthetic leg that skydiver lost during a jump.
Well, all I know is if he wants any of his other pieces back, he'll stay off that farmer's property. God damn it.
Yeah, actually, he was actually flying over the fireworks warehouse in Beirut.
Yeah, I can see that fucking poster. Skydive Beirut.
Yeah.
Shit.
You don't have to take off in a plane. We just put you on this box and launch you.
Right.
Wes
Base
Addison,
jump in Death Valley.
West Vermont Scott, who lost a Vermont skydiver who lost his prosthetic leg during a jump, has it back, and he's not limping anymore, thanks to a farmer who kept an eye out for it and spotted it in a soybean field.
Good. Yeah, that is Martha. He's coming down with a good velocity there. You'd think he would have strapped it in.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if you're going to be skydiving, you think you would really, you wouldn't want to lose your leg. You know what I mean? Like if I go skydiving, I'm not going to wear a watch. I'm not going to wear earrings. You know what I mean? I'm not going to put a hat on. I'm just not going to I'm not going to fucking hopefully lose this shit.
Yeah.
Just saying, So good for him.
It fell on a bunch of soy boys. Is that what you said? So it fell on a bunch of Portland protesters?
Yeah, landed on a guy with a fucking helmet and a gas mask. On a soybean field. Said, you've always got to keep an eye out, said Marzalaskwi.
No, you've already kept a leg out. Keep your eyes in, for God's sakes.
You never know when there's going to be a leg in your fucking field. Jesus.
I've seen some strange things growing in here, but never so far as a leg.
You would think the guy would have stopped skydiving because that's how he lost his two legs. He came crashing down one time and lost both his legs.
And was there a guy on his back, hey, you just, oh shit.
Actually,
somebody looked up and said, look at the size of the dick on that guy.
Yeah, right.
Actually, the guy who lost his leg came up to the farmer's door and knocked on the door. The guy looked out the people. It's just, I hear somebody knocking, but I don't see anybody out there.
This is the beginning of one of those shitty 3-part jokes, Okay, yeah. So a guy with one leg walks up to a Vermont farmer's door. I'll give her your leg back if you don't sleep with my daughter. Then it's just from there.
And all they heard all night was dum, dum.
Yeah, not ka-thunk.
All right.
Punk.
Our next story, a woman arouses the internet by accidentally buying phallic cutting board.
From the
In other words,
John Wayne Bobbitt collection.
I don't know if you got to look at the picture, but it's a cutting board with a little grip on it. Not a big cutting board, but it's but in the marble design there is a penis. It's a pretty big penis. So just wondering why the woman bought it. But as a KitchenAid goes, cutting boards aren't exactly cutting edge. But an Arkansas woman recently bought one of that is arousing the interest of the internet thanks to an unusual phallic pattern in the marble. And we mean phallic, we mean cock.
You know why she did that? So every time the kid says dinner ready, she's like, it's coming.
Well, I guess she knows how to cut, she's learning how to cut her sausage. You know what I mean? She's weenies in a blanket.
What's really interesting is it was sent to her home in Little Rock, but that ain't no Little Rock.
That ain't right. You see, look at that thing. That thing looks like it's ready to fucking go to work. Georgia Rogers, 21, made the purchase a few weeks ago because she needed needed new kitchen supplies and her return to school. My mom knows all about kitchen stuff and knows that what I like. Rogers told the Post, I told her I wanted marble cutting board that was white and black because all the shit going on, and she ordered it on Amazon. While
she went to bigblackcuttingboards.com, bbc.com.
While Rogers,
Big Black Cutting Boards.
While, while Rogers is currently spending the summer in New York because she's quarantining, the package with her kitchen items were sent to the home in Little Rock. Her mom opened the package and
About
didn't
the
come out of
cutting
the room. Didn't come out of the room for 2 hours. Called by saying the board didn't look right. That's how moms explain that there's a cock on your cutting board. It don't look right, honey.
It was also dripping wet.
It also smelled like mom.
Yeah. I got these cucumbers turned into pickles.
Yes. So there you go. Be careful what you order, by the way. Our next story: a man who lost his penis now has a new one growing on his arm.
God.
This is a real story, by the way. Which,
It's on arm.
Yeah, they actually attached it to his they put it on his arm so it can grow, and then the idea is to take it off and graft it onto his hip area.
How are they going to get it out of his hand?
Well, every time the guy sneezes and he puts his face into his arm, he ends up giving himself a blowjob. The father of two was completely gutted when his penis fell off due to an infection.
Oh my God.
But is excited to see his new one grafted to his groin and ultimately used for what it was built for, which is modeling for cutting boards. When he lost his penis to a blood infection, Malcolm McDonald underwent a groundbreaking procedure to have a new one grown on his arm.
E-I-E-I.
Yeah, Malcolm McDonald lost his cock.
E-I-E-I.
E-I-E-I-O.
And on that arm, he had a cock.
E-I-E-I-O. With a cock here and cock there. There's a cock here. Cock. Old McDonald had a cock right there on his arm.
Hey, Malcolm, if you have any question, you want to raise your hand? No, I'd rather keep my hand down.
What a limp-wristed motherfucker this guy is.
Yeah.
I'd have to get directions from him.
Yeah, right? Which way do I go?
Which way is Wawa's?
I've heard about people wearing their heart on their sleeve, but Jesus Christ.
Holy cow. Go that way. Are you saying right or left? McDonald told the Sun.
I don't know where to look.
He was completely gutted when his penis fell off in 2014 after infection in his perineum, otherwise known as the gooch or grundle. I don't know if you guys knew that. Mm-hmm. The father of two turned to alcohol, feeling like a shadow of a man. Well, if you don't have your cock, what is there?
No.
It's less of a shadow.
When I turn sideways, I don't see shit. Can you imagine? I mean, what would you do? I mean, if you woke up every day and looked down, didn't have no cock?
I'd get a woman's bike. I mean, there's nothing to do. You know what I mean? I would have cut my wrist before they put a dick on it, probably.
Yeah, I mean, I would enter the get kicked in the balls contest. Go ahead, kick me, fucker.
Well,
I don't feel nothing.
Yeah, but the balls are still there, right?
I don't know. I imagine, but that would be
That's
be really weird.
I mean, that would be painful if you're walking around with nuts on your arm. Because I've walked into a few walls accidentally. Can you imagine? I mean, smashing your nuts against them.
Yeah, and now everybody like they don't shake hands, so they like bump arms.
Yeah, right.
The guys are like, no, I really rather shake my hand. No, I don't want to catch corona. No, I don't want my dick on my arm.
Yeah.
No, actually use the with the testicles when I had to regrow them. The best part of skin to put it on is right here on the neck.
On the neck.
Right. That's where Nancy Pelosi has hers.
That's where she has it. That, or you can hang them from your ears. Like you can just connect them to your earlobes. Those are interesting earrings you have there.
These are my earbuds.
That's awesome. All right. Well, here's our last story of the day. Drug plane bound for Australia was so packed with cocaine it was too heavy to take off. Police say.
Snort a little.
Yeah, well, that was the problem. After about 14 hours, the pilot snorted half the box and flew the cocaine himself to Australia.
They just need to get smaller pilots. This fat ass just fuck off the plane.
Yeah, the pilot weighed 485 fucking pounds.
Yeah, right.
That's the only guy they would trust to not do the cocaine.
Yeah, Yeah.
Would lose weight. Hey, we're gonna get this pilot. He's a chef. He really knows how to cook, and he's fat.
We built the plane around him.
Just get as much cocaine as possible. He won't do any unless you put it on pizza. Yeah, it says here that a flight plane heading to Australia was allegedly laden with so much cocaine it was too heavy to take off, much like me in the morning. The plane allegedly packed with $80 million
Wow.
worth of illegal drug was trying to fly from Papua New Guinea in Queensland when it crashed on takeoff and left a 4-mile white streak.
The biggest line ever.
Yeah. You just see people rushing with straws.
Which
I'll
was,
clean up.
which was quickly followed by a straw shortage in town.
Yeah.
And
The
allegedly
city is
had,
bustling with new ideas.
yeah,
They're fucking fantastic.
no one has driven a car in 3 days.
Walk to work.
Yeah. And no one's had sex. They wanted to, but nobody could. It's good. The plane allegedly packed with, I said that already, allegedly had 500 kilograms of drugs on board.
How much is that in English?
I have no idea. About the same weight as a horse when it tried to take
Dude,
off.
they're letting any fucking like emotional support animal on these planes now.
I know. Well, that's why the
horses.
plane crashed.
Coke, fat pilots.
Police allege the plane had already flown illegally at a low height from Mareba in far north Queensland to the country.
So
Yeah,
the Coke plane was flying low.
Yeah. It had an easy pass. That's how low it was.
Right. Yeah.
Didn't pay any tolls. Well, there you go.
They were certainly suspicious when a prop plane was leaving fucking vapor trails behind. Very strange.
It was odd because they thought the plane was one of the Thunderbirds.
Yeah.
An air show. There was a trail of pigeons flying behind, snorting up the fucking. I think we milked that joke.
Delivering flour. The pilot actually wrote "Surrender, Dorothy" in Coke in the sky.
They probably told the fat pilot it was flour.
Yeah, that's how he let it off. Keep it coming, boys.
Yes. You guys are so fun. That's all you have time for here on the Wake Up Late with Dougie show. It's been a good time, gentlemen.
Yeah, it was fun.
And you guys are great. And by the way, let's start with the plugs. Bob, where can our fans find you?
Wednesday, I'll be at my new doctor getting laser treatment on my neck, back, feet, and everything else. Friday, I'll be seeing my neck surgeon, and I'll be doing one big show for my neck surgery, hopefully at the end of August. We're only social distancing 15 tickets for the surgery. So get them right away.
Got it. Alex?
Ironically, those masks will be completely tainted. I'm not getting surgery. They wouldn't allow elective surgery going on. I wanted to get that freezing my fat thing done, but because I gained the COVID-19 as well. You can catch me, let's see, on the 15th, I'll be doing a poker comedy show at some guy's garage in Pleasant Hill, Oregon. And then on the 28th through the 30th, I will be headlining Laughs Unlimited Comedy Club in Sacramento. So if you're in Northern California and you want to come out and check out what they call a silent comedy show, God, I hope this keeps going long enough for me to get down there. It's crazy. Have you seen this? It's comics going up into a microphone, and the audience is all outside, and they've got headphones on, and only they can hear you.
Really?
So, yeah, so the rest of the outside doesn't have to hear your dick jokes, but everybody's, and they're all sitting there socially distanced with their individual earphones on.
Oh, wow.
Sitting
Yeah,
outside, like,
it's like the drive-in, except no car.
Yeah, they do the thing with the cars here, which is, you know what I mean? It's like, I feel like the first guy at a Klan fucking meeting doing a speech on the back of a truck. That's what it's like.
Yeah.
Like, it's not what, you know what I mean? It's not what comedy's supposed to be. My friend was talking the other night. He's like, yeah, we're doing this show behind the strip club, and there was like a thing where there was sand and that. I go, well, you had like a miniature golf. You know what I mean? We're doing it anywhere now. It's like fucking the end of the world.
Yeah. It's really tough. It's definitely really tough. I know I was supposed to be attending Laughs Unlimited for the 40 for 40 this week. I got invited to the festival, but then they went to that and other shows outside. And because of everything, I can only be on one show. And the producer was nice enough to not get upset. I couldn't go because I said I can't fly from Florida to Sacramento for one show. You know what I mean? As much as I wanted to be in this festival, but dude, you never know. I mean, we're looking at starting. By the way, we're looking at starting our comedy back at Isle Morada, Florida, down in the Keys. The first weekends of the month. Our first show should be in October, and then the first weekend thereafter. I have a new room in Naples. We're starting out. We got a couple shows, and if it all goes well, we'll probably be rebooking that going forward as well. Yeah, dude, I got some stuff. Tavolino, waiting for Tavolino's to restart. Waiting for everything to get back open. But until then, I got dates at Dougie Almeida. Going to be at Laughing Comedy Cafe in Fort Myers on September 11th and 12th. I'm currently scheduled for Dr. Grins as well. Hopefully that sticks well. And I'm supposed to be at Laugh Factory in November with Tom Rhodes, the second week of November. Go to DougieAlmeida.com. And hopefully these dates stay open. Guys, you guys have been great. Thanks for joining us today, fellas.
Thank you.
Guys. Stay well. Bob, good luck with all the work you're getting done. And if they try to put a cock on your arm, tell them no. You're not going to cover that cock pay.
Don't get cocky. Dougie, I'll see you next month, man. I'm doing the Comedy Cafe the week after you.
Oh, cool, man. Good, man. It's got to be where we got to get together that time, somewhere around there. Gentlemen, God bless. Stay well. Everybody out there, follow us at Wake Up Dougie on Twitter, at Wake Up Dougie Show on Instagram, and join our fan page where you're hopefully watching this and like our fan page. We appreciate it, guys. Take care. God bless, and stay away from Beirut, Lebanon fireworks factories.